Guys, I was muted. I had myself muted. That audio issue was entirely me. Okay, how's it going? Sorry, I was talking to people in the chat for a minute when I was muted. Whoops. Tyler, let me know if my audio is good. You did something with the settings last week that worked. I'm not muted anymore, I hope. Guys, I was muted. I had myself muted. Tyler, why? Sorry, guys, technical difficulties. Okay, so we've got Orlando here first. You beat Lemming. Nice. Chris, hey Chris, you're not at work. Nice, you're here. Okay, I will let you know we've got another Lucid giveaway, so the link is in the description to get your name on the wheel. So link is in the description, and then also I put it in the chat. And then there's the other link in the chat, which is to call in. So if you're having any kind of trading problems and you want to call in and talk to me, just kind of, I don't know. I find it helps to talk to another person who has been there and who gets it. And sometimes just saying the thing out loud, we kind of realize that oftentimes the solution is somewhat obvious or fairly simple. Not easy to implement usually, but it's usually a simple solution to our problems. Oh, I saw robot and I was like, no, I sound like a robot. Okay, Chris says I don't sound like a robot. Good. Uh-oh, Salvo says you can't hear me. I'm not sure what's going on with that. If something happens with the audio, hopefully Tyler's gonna come down and sort it out for me if there is a problem. I don't know why this is on here. I thought we had NVIDIA earnings at the close today, but I guess it's never mind. It's not the close, so that's why we don't have NVIDIA earnings yet. Okay, so I guess we're waiting maybe an hour-ish for NVIDIA earnings, and I'm obviously not taking any trades. Do you trade when you have fever? Orlando's saying restart your stream? Oh, to Salvo. I thought you meant to me. I'm like, what? No, I don't know how. I'm not sure. And now I've got Tyler here.
I think Salvo was just behind.
Okay.
And now he says great audio.
Okay. Thanks.
It could go up a little bit though.
I'm too quiet?
Maybe slightly.
I don't know how to fix that. You did something last time to fix it, and I don't know what. Do you know what you did?
Yeah.
Do you want to not be on the stream?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, hang on. Tyler had to shave his beard a week ago, so he looks a little strange, and he does not want to be on the stream. So I'm just going to put this on for 1 second while he adjusts my audio. I'll have to go back here. Okay, where do I click?
The three dots.
On audio input capture?
Yeah, filters.
It's already up from last time.
8.
Oh, I'm doing this the slowest way possible. Sorry, guys. Okay. Hopefully that's better. Hopefully I'm loud enough.
Okay, bye.
You hear Tyler's voice this week. Next week, maybe he'll make an appearance. Orlando, I don't think he's gonna make an appearance with his beard situation. He's had a beard for the last 7 years, and he had to go to some job where it's, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what the deal was with it, but he needed to be fitted for some special mask to wear in there. So they made him fully shave his face, and yeah. He wasn't happy with it, so he won't be on next week. Maybe someday we'll get him on here, but no time soon. Okay, so the giveaway to sign up for that, we've got trading game waiting, so I'm going to take that caller in 1 second. I'll just show you guys where to sign up. So the link is there. You just fill it out. That gets your name on the wheel. We've got some people on the wheel. I'm tempted to just spin it now. You know what? Maybe we'll do I'm going to do 2 giveaways today. So I'm going to spin the wheel right now because we only have a few people on here. So they have, trading game left. I'm going to spin this now. These people have a really good shot at winning, and then we'll do another giveaway later. So this one will be for a 25K Lucid Flex account. Okay, I'm excited. All right. All right, Ricardo is the winner. Nice. Okay, we'll do another one after too. I just, I don't know. I wanted to do it when there's less people on. Okay. Now I don't know what to do with this. I'll just close it. Um, okay, our caller trading game left. How did everyone do today on their trading and they're following their rules? Hey, Salvo, you won. Nice, after not being able to hear. Well, you got in time. Salvo, I will email you with I'll just email you with the Lucid code, and then you put that in and it gives you the free account. Just make sure and check your spam folder because it might go there. Yes, congratulations, Ricardo, and we're going to do another draw later on. And if we don't have a lot of calls today, I'm going to get off early because I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I have a cold and I don't sound good. Eric just joined. How can I participate in the giveaway? Yeah, Eric, there's a link in the description on this, and then there's also a link in the chat to join. So it'll take you, when you click it, it'll just take you here. Just put your name and your email, and then that gets you on the wheel, and we will do another one later. Unless there's no calls, maybe we'll make that exception to it. If there's no calls, then we won't do another giveaway. Oh, Trading Game is back. Okay, guys, I'm gonna see if Trading Game wants to talk. Unless there's no calls. Okay, got that. Accepted. I'll have to hang up on you. Call back. Okay, guys, I'm having serious issues with mine. Tyler, I need your help again. Tyler, get down here right now. I might have to text him. He might not be listening to me. Oh, now my AirPods are going to be messed up. I don't know what's going on with this. And I hope you can't hear my phone doing that. That was annoying. Okay, sorry guys. We will do calls after. I'm not sure what the heck happened with that. I think it was an issue with my clean feed setup. So hopefully we can do calls today. Hey, what's up? It sounded insane.
When someone called in?
Yeah, did it sound crazy on your end too?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What did we do last time for that? You did something. You changed all these settings.
No, it was that's in clean feed.
Well, what do I do?
Put them back in and
Okay, I'm gonna or
make sure their YouTube's off.
I think it was me because it's never done that
All
before.
right, we'll find out.
How? I don't want to make people listen to that. I'm sorry for the sound that you might hear right away. Okay. Arturo, I'm gonna bring you on. The sound's probably gonna need some fixing, and hopefully Hank doesn't run in here too right now. Okay, Arturo, I'm gonna bring you on. Hello? Arturo, can you hear me?
Yeah, this is him.
It's coming through here, Tyler. It's not working with my headphones. Should I take, are these not connected? You're not in the picture, don't worry. What?
I can't
What do you need me to do?
go to your Bluetooth if they're not connected.
I don't know if they're fully not connected. Sorry, Arturo. Or not, yeah, it's Arturo. Just give me 1 second here.
Your Bluetooth's off,
Whoops.
so they're not connected.
I'm really bad with technology. Why are they disconnected? I guess because they were connected on my computer and then you went to use them. Now is it gonna ruin the rest of the audio?
Can you hear them now?
Hey Arturo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Ah, I can hear him good. Okay, you sound good to me. Let me know in the chat if my audio is bad. Nishant, we're gonna do another spin later. I just wanted to do one early for fun. Okay, Arturo, I'm just gonna turn your volume up a smidge. If he's too quiet or anything, just let me know in the chat. Okay, what's going on?
Well, just kind of the same thing. I've been trading for about I started prop firm trading in June of last year, so I'm a little
Okay.
over a year. I started teaching myself trading kind of January. It was the beginning of January 2025. The first time I've ever kept a New Year's resolution. I was teaching myself this. So it's been pretty fun, pretty interesting along the way. But I, at some point, yeah, it's just like all of those bad habits that you learn from yeah, listening to the podcast or like trading in the zone, that book, like they all just started coming up. It feels like I learned all the wrong habits, and
What,
after one,
sorry,
yeah,
what are the bad habits that you keep repeating?
so for me, like if I think if I had to pick one, like if I could just zap myself and keep is walking away red, right?
Yes.
Because I'll set up a rule, right? Which is like three strikes and I'm out, or two consecutive losses in a
Yep.
row. Like that's really good, really nice rules, but sometimes I'll lose twice in like
Yeah.
less than 3 minutes, and then I say, well, you know what? Those were kind of like they were schizophrenic clicks. Those didn't count.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'll make excuses. I'll make excuses. Um, so, anyways, I just kind of recently can trying to reset. It took a couple weeks off.
Okay.
I used ChatGPT to generate a trade tracker.
Yep.
I really like volume profile,
Yep.
VWAP, the opening range, and the initial balance. It's kind of the levels. I trade from level to level. I
Okay.
also recently switched from ES to NQ, as it's NQ feels a little more bouncy, even though it's my sphincters tighten a little more with
I was
NQ.
I was gonna say usually people make the switch the other way. They go from NQ to ES because they want something calmer, but
Yeah, I just noticed I like scalping, and again, I'm still figuring it out, right? And NQ is a little easier to scalp because it goes really, it bounces right off of
yeah.
these levels really nicely, especially when you get stacking confluences. I get a nice clean bounce, and you go 1 to 1.5 or 1 to 2 is pretty quick. But like I said, it's more psychological. I feel like once I get my psychology right, I can just like roulette any strategy, and as long as I'm consistent, I'll be able to turn this around. But like I said, I don't know. I'm using ChatGPT as a therapist right now, so we'll see.
I did that for a long time before I started the channel. It did help. It got me um it was good to have, I guess, someone to talk to. Um but it got me to narrow down my rules because I was like I needed to go to just one trade a day, but I didn't want to do that. But I kept coming back constantly with the same issues. And it's like, oh, this would have been solved by only taking one trade a day. So I tried other things first and then finally was like, okay, fine, I'll do that. So it did help me with the rules because it can spot the obvious patterns. If you're going in and every day saying, this is what happened, this is where I went wrong. What's your most obvious pattern right now? Like
Pattern
how,
as in.
like, okay, so describe your a typical bad day to me.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Like I'll get in, and at first I used to stay away from the first 15 minutes, but now there was a while where I was doing pretty good. Especially if you're near like I don't know, the London session high or low, you look for a quick sweep or something, and I'd get in. But like a typical day is like, yeah, I'll get in, maybe make a little, and then at some point there's one trade, or all it takes is one, is where it's just outside of the stuff I'm looking for, and I'm trying to play like a momentum play or something. I'm
Okay.
saying, oh, look at that candle, it's pretty strong. I'll get in, I'll lose, and then I'll feel like garbage for a little bit because like it was outside of my rules, right?
Yeah.
I'm not trading momentum just because a candle flips one way, it doesn't mean I should jump in.
Right.
It's kind of like jumping the gun. I feel like a teenage boy on a date or something. It's like, hey, relax, keep it cool, be
Yeah.
cool. The
Well,
market's like
I
trying to woo the market.
I think in trading we're all that teenage boy, so it's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So and then once that happens, I get down on myself, and
yeah.
instead of just either walking away or taking a breath and just kind of reiterating what are the rules, I'll jump in, and then as soon as I get a couple reds, then I'll see red. And I think somebody you interviewed once in the past kind of says the same thing, where he says, "I'd rather you, like, what's the point of leaving wounded, right? You better kill me or lose to me. There's no
That was
there's
probably
no in
Scott.
between."
That sounds like
Yeah.
Scott.
There's a
Yeah.
there's a song, there's a Mexican song that says the same thing. Like, what? Why are you leaving me here wounded in the road? You
Yeah.
finish me off, or or give me what
That's
I need, right?
yeah, it's definitely a bad mentality. I fall into that too, where it's like I break a rule or something goes off plan, and then it's just like the switch flips, and I'm like, it's all or nothing now. Like there's no more in between. There's no walking away with a small loss. It's just, and usually it's a blown account is what happens. Like once I'm in
Right.
that kind of headspace. Okay, so it's usually you'll take an off-plan trade that
Yeah,
loses.
taking, and it's just like you almost like black out a little bit, right? You just like, because once it's getting better, right? It used to bug me for like the rest of the day, but I'm getting better at it. Now it's just like 20 or 30 minutes after I close down and I go into work, because I actually trade from a coffee shop next to my office.
Okay,
I'm on the West Coast, so it works out pretty easy. I go to the gym in the morning.
nice.
I had a 1 hour commute. I get to the coffee shop at 6 a.m. I do some pre-market stuff, and then I trade for like an hour to 90 minutes, and then I'm in the office by like 8:30. It works out really nice,
Okay, good.
and I've been pretty disciplined about it. I go to the gym before that, so it
That's
works
good.
out pretty good for me.
Okay, so you have a solid routine around it, and you can't really you can't violate your trading window. You can't trade way past because you have to go to work. So that's
Right, I
good.
can't. Every once in a while, what'll happen is we'll have a big dump or a big pump, and I'm like, man, I only got a tiny little portion of that, right? And even though I'm following my rules, I'll go to my office and I'll just like sit down and I kind of pull up the charts for a little
Okay,
bit, and if I see a little reversal, I'll run outside or jump on my phone and do a quick trade to the reverse. But I've been getting better about that. That's
okay,
that's not really the biggest issue for me. It's just, yeah, how do I control? And then also, like, I've heard like these horror stories about people like losing a bunch of money and like almost getting in trouble with their significant others.
yep,
My wife has actually helped me out. So she's actually, we put budgets around this, right? Like, what
good.
can I really afford, right? We
Yeah,
can we can afford like $250 a month on prop firm challenges, right?
okay,
Because there was a couple months where I was getting close to like 1K on 1 month, and then she kind of stepped in. She's like, "Hey, I got your back, but
yeah, good.
we got to check this and reel this in." So the money thing isn't too big of a deal, but it is a little, the pressure too. It's kind of
Yeah,
depressing. I have two kids. I got a mortgage. I got a lot going on. I got a really good job. That's the only thing that keeps me going, right? But
it is.
um,
It is going to
it
add up, and it's going to get to a point though where you start looking at that $250 a month, and you think, oh shit, I could have put it here. I could have used it for that. So definitely want to get out of constantly putting in that 250 a month into prop
right.
firms.
Yeah, and
Um,
the way I see it is like one payout could like I think would take a lot of pressure out off of me and would make trading a little easier.
have you had a payout before?
Nope, nope.
Okay.
I've had, let's see, 200 plus blown evals and maybe like 10 PAs that
Okay.
I've blown.
Okay. So you think that getting a payout's gonna solve things and make it better? It's been my experience and the experience of a lot of other traders that it does not. I
Oh, it
had
doesn't?
I had some of my worst trading after payouts because I thought
Hmm.
I've made it, and then it's like as soon as you get it, then you're just rushing to get another one. So I would say try to forget about the idea of the payouts. Instead, look at spending less than $250 a month on it. And okay, so your main problem is not waiting for your setups. Would you agree with that? And then what
Pretty
follows?
much. It's like I had a guy who was mentoring me somewhat. He was a really busy individual. He had a full-time job as an entrepreneur, and he was trading. And one of the things he mentioned was, he says that the day you called me and said, "Oh, today I didn't see my setup and I didn't trade for the
Yeah.
90. I just watched the market for 90 minutes." I That's just so far-fetched to me. I want to get to that point.
You'll get to that. You'll get to that. I
It's
used to
just
think that was
ridiculous.
you can do it. If I could do that, then you could do that. Because yeah, there was never a day where I didn't take probably at least 5 trades. Um, And now I can sit out and be like, there's just nothing. It's not most days for sure, but there's definitely days where it's like, there's no trade there. And I've seen lots of other people come around to that. I think what would help you with that is putting, like, I don't know if you saw when I talked to Terry, but he put a rule on me that if I broke a rule, I had to sit out the next 2 trading days. I think
Gotcha.
that you should put that rule on yourself where if you take a setup that isn't a valid setup, then you have to sit out the next 2 days. Because
Yeah.
you'll have to do it. Like you're gonna have the sit out days because you're gonna break the rule. Um, but what it will do is it slows you down. Once you have those sit outs, you sit out for 2 days, it makes it easier to take the no trade days when there is no setup. And then also it's a consequence. So you're not going to want to keep repeating taking setups that aren't actually yours.
Yeah, that'd be interesting because even like sometimes if I tilt enough early in the month, I'll blow through those $250 by the 15th day in the month, right?
So then
And
what do you do? Do you go on a
I
sim?
have to stop. Well, I just stop. I
Okay.
just stop, right? And it's like, well, this is the punishment. I blew
Yeah.
through these. Like, if I know I'm doing it, why not just size down and
Yeah.
practice, right?
Yes.
While in an active eval. But even then, after a few days, I'm like, well, it's just 25 more bucks. It's not that big of a deal, and I'll grab it. And then my wife will say, "Tis tis, you're breaking our rule." Um,
well, at least
but yeah, and
she's being nice about it at this point, so that's
yeah.
you're lucky. I think you don't have to make it 2 sit-out days. Maybe to make it more reasonable for you, make it 1 sit-out day. But on that sit-out day, you still go to the coffee shop and watch the chart. You just don't take any
Gotcha.
trades.
Okay. Yeah, and this is interesting that I'm calling in today because I recently am like shifting everything, like a total, almost a reset, right? Because like I said, I asked ChatGPT to generate a trade tracker for me, and I'm an engineer, right? So I want data, and I
Yeah,
was collecting data for a while, but like at some point it went from like a structured situation to like gambling.
yeah.
And I want to get back to where I was. I was like a better trader 4 months into my into my journey than I am now.
Don't
So I'm
beat
trying to
yourself
get
up
back.
over it. It
Yeah,
happens.
I didn't expect to get worse, but yeah, it's just psychologically. So what I did is I generated a trading tracker, and I have all these drop downs for different confluences, and we stack them
Okay.
together, and then like later I can look at like the metrics and see like which permutation of confluences provide the best setups for me, right? There's a context box, so like it seems like I know how to do this, right? Like I actually
Yeah.
design big tests for a living, and get like the necessity for data and using statistics to generate the best outcome. So like it's there. I have all the tools. I have the wherewithal. Like I thought my background would help me. Like I
Yeah.
have a bachelor's degree in engineering, but like man, it was I so wrong. I've
It should
also
have.
been humbled. I've been humbled ridiculously. The one thing that I'm not good at sports. I'm not good at art. I'm not very poetic or anything. But one thing I had is like I was really good at school, right? My cognitive capabilities are
Yeah.
the one thing I can kind of hold up and say, okay, at least I've got this. Man, did this humble me. Like being smart has nothing. The market doesn't care whatsoever.
It
So
doesn't seem like it. And I see people that like have such good strategies. They're really good traders. I see them take good trades all the time, and then they just have that one day where it falls apart
yeah,
and sets them far back. What do you think is okay, so you're taking invalid setups and then you get pissed off and then you just take too many trades after that and you probably keep following it up with more off-plan trades. Is that kind of
yeah, that's it. And it's just like I have like that rule is there, right? Like if I'm risking 1 to 200 bucks per trade, that means that, right, I don't ever want to go over 500 bucks lost in just one session. So like I'll see the numbers trickle away. Like, oh, I just lost three in a row. That's two rules, right? Two in a
yeah.
row and three strikes are out. So like I just hit two of my rules. I should stop. Like something just I don't know, something else takes
Are
over
you
there.
ever able to stick to that rule, the 3 and you're out or the 2 consecutive losses? Like what percentage of the time do you think you are able to honor that?
Right now it's like well, it's gotten worse. So I think
Okay.
probably maybe like 20% of the time.
Okay.
And even when I do good, let's say like I don't know, I win like five straight, right, in the first hour, and then I lose two in a row, and I follow my rule and I leave, I'm still green on the day, right? But like it feels
Yeah.
it feels like gross. Like, oh, I had all this, I had all these wins. Now like I'm walking away with like $400 up on the day on my eval. I don't know. It's like feeling like kissing your sister or something. Like I was like close to passing or something, but I'm still up. And
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's just a psychological thing that I gotta get over.
Do you need to be taking 5 trades? Like, are there 5 valid setups? Are you scalping? Like, are you
Well,
going for
yeah,
5 point
yeah, it's more like
scalps?
scout because so yeah, that's the other thing. I could probably reduce the number of trays, but no, I'm looking for like 20 to 25 points on NQ right now, which would be like a 5 point on ES. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a little quick reaction off of key levels.
If you're
So
getting 20 to 25 points, why not shut it down after 2 wins?
that's yeah,
Or
that's
even
true. I
or even 1 win. I know it seems
Yeah,
tiny now to get a 25-point winner um, on the NASDAQ, but
right.
when I started, like, and people have heard me talk about this guy so many times, they're going to tell me to shut up. But there was this guy in this signals group that I was in, and every day he came in pre-market. He would take a trade, he would take his 50 points, and that would be it for the day. And he was making a lot of money trading, and he wasn't stressing out, and he wasn't losing his day to it. And to me, I was like, he's an amazing trader. I want to be like that. Um, but then somewhere along the way, I'll get those 50-point trades and then I still am feeling like it's not good enough. So I'm just
Oh, I
like,
see.
maybe you can look at like why a 25-point win isn't good enough. Is it because it's not bringing you to the payout fast enough?
I think that's what it is. I'm rushing a little,
Yeah.
but like I mentioned during this reset, I was even talking to my wife about it. As I'm resetting and I'm starting a brand new trade tracker with this like updated strategy. Um, what a good idea might be is like to trade like two micros
Yeah.
and just collect data, right? Like don't
Yes.
worry about passing the evaluation, collect all your data. I'm starting from scratch. I want
Yes.
at least 20 to 50 trades to be able to actually start generating metrics. So like actually use the eval on my behalf to generate these forward testing data points, right?
Yes, definitely. If you can switch your
And don't blow it.
perspective, yeah, if you can switch your perspective to you're just collecting data, then that can really help you. And definitely size down. Because if you're just collecting data, then what would be the reason for oversizing? Like, what's the justification for it at that
Yeah,
point?
well, it's the name of your channel, right? I'm like pretty degenerate individual. I have a
All of
lot of things
us.
going for me, but like just yeah, when I first started this, I joined I bought a course, I joined a Discord, I did all that good stuff, and uh, I noticed I was like, oh well, they should have like prepped. I wish I would have done more research as to the psychology of what this
Yeah.
entails. I didn't know I had to like completely reinvent myself and go to fight with demons that lived inside of me that were dormant, and
Yeah.
I woke them up. Like there was so much. It's like I signed up to this for extra cash, not to like go and master my my inner self and all of this other stuff, and also discover how much of a degenerate I actually am,
It's
right?
everybody. It's
Like,
everybody. So don't get on yourself about being a degenerate
well,
with the
like
trading.
so,
Like,
like a degenerate drug addict would like get help and cut this off, right? And cut it, and
maybe.
maybe even cold turkey. But as traders, we have to go back to this drug and try to master it and not overdo it, but do just
Yeah.
enough to like find that happy point. And yeah, it's just this is a treacherous monster. It's daunting.
I think it's you
But
have to figure out how you can do it, and if you can't, then you have to quit. Like I've seen people quit. In my Discord group over the
yeah,
months, there have been people, and one guy took like $12,000 in payouts in the first few months of the year, and he still ended up quitting trading because he's like,
uh,
I'm like, he was just, it was constantly turning into gambling for him. It was ruining his life, stressing him out. And he finally came to the point where he's like, yeah, I can make money at this, but it's ruining my life, and he
um,
left. Like he's not trading anymore. So it's figuring out how you can do it long term. where it's
Right.
not going to create a bunch of stress in your life and it's not going to cost you a lot of money, right? Like you probably don't want to just consistently lose $250 a month for the next 2 years.
Right. And I think that's kind of where I'm at. It's just I'm giving it another year. I should, if I start getting, it's just I've heard so like many awesome stories. Just there's this one guy I met through the Discord who was blowing accounts. He blew like 800 accounts, and he like didn't know how he was going to pay rent, and like some of these horror stories you hear. Well, he had one of them, but it was more personal because I actually met the guy.
Yeah.
Well, he turned it around like
Yeah.
by the middle of year so after so coming up on year 3 he completely turned it around, and he's he's got like 45 prop firm accounts, and he's making like 300 bucks a day on each one and
Yeah, that's
collecting these
awesome.
crazy weekly payouts. And like this guy isn't, he's not like a genius or anything, right? He and but he just said that it's like, oh yeah, once I got over the gambling part of it, right? He's
Right.
just like, well, yeah, if I lose 2 in a row, then I'm not really seeing it, and I
Yeah.
just get off. And when he said that so nonchalantly after going from what I'm going through, that was, I don't know, that was eye-opening. How can you just so nonchalant, it's like, oh, I
Yeah.
lost 2 in a row, I wasn't seeing it, I got off.
It's hard. I think when we
Ah, man,
lose two in a row, we take it personally, right? Like you take it personally, and it's also your ego gets involved, and you want to prove that no, I am a good trader, I can get it back, and then you don't.
yeah,
You lose an account. So, I mean, you can get to that, but don't compare yourself to that guy. Don't think you're going to be on the same timeline as him. Maybe you will be, but don't count on it. Just try to figure out how you can do it long term where it's going to have the least negative impact in your life and on your
okay,
finances. So,
yeah, will do. Thank you.
size down a whole bunch, and really focus on just collecting the data. And also collect the data on yourself and your behavior, not just on the actual trades.
Yeah, that's something I don't do, right? I hear a lot of people say like, how'd you feel or why'd you do this? And when I add like at the very end of my data spreadsheet, I do put a little section where I have notes, and sometimes maybe I'll say something, but um, I don't know, it just feels a little weird journaling that. It
I
feels
know.
like, I don't know, I'm like a preteen female in the 90s. That's what journaling for me is. I
Eh,
gotta get over that.
but just like pay attention to where you break the plan. Where do you
Right.
go off track? Where do you break the rules? What leads up to that? Like
Yeah,
for
and then
me,
another thing I want to implement is just being a little more active in your group. I recently joined, but I haven't
I'm like, are
really
you in the
been as
group? I don't
active.
even know your name in the
Yeah,
group.
that's because I haven't really. I think I posted once or twice, and
I'll be on your
I don't know.
case
It's just
now.
I'm shy. Okay,
Yeah,
will do.
definitely use the group. Like it's
Okay,
amazing to have people to talk to and also doing that check-in. You're gonna have to DM me after this and tell me so I have your username in the group.
okay,
Um,
will do.
because then also I can keep an eye on your checkout because I know, you're done around that time of day, so I'll be expecting this. It just helps
Sweet.
knowing that, you're kind of having to like run it past another person. And then when you
Right.
are failing, I can ask you why you failed, what happened. And it helps to, in the moment, have to articulate it for another person.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, will do.
okay, so DM me and then I'll keep an eye on you in
Will.
there and
Cool.
get
Yeah,
on your case.
you and my wife can team up on the checking on me.
Yeah, you said my wife. I was like, no,
Okay.
Tyler's a guy. He's
No,
going to be
no,
very
no, no,
offended.
no. No, sorry.
He's going to be very upset.
Okay.
No, he'll be fine.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you
okay.
for the input.
Yeah, okay. DM me in the group and then start doing your check ins.
Will do.
We'll
Thank
keep an
you.
eye on it. Okay, thanks. We'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
bye. Okay, audio is solved. Did we have NVIDIA earnings? That couldn't have just been it. Could it? I thought it was after the close today. Someone let me know in the chat if that was it or was no. Yeah, I don't know. I don't trade at this time of day, so I know that there's earnings coming up later, but it's outside of my window. Oh yeah, Richard said NVIDIA earnings come out shortly. Adam, hey, how's it going? Um, Salvo, your videos help a lot of us traders. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't think when I started this that I would be helping other traders. I just thought I'll just show what it looks like for me, and then it kind of, turned into a whole different thing. Oh, that was the earnings. Okay. Wow. I hope none of you were like waiting all day looking forward to that. Okay, if anyone wants to call in, you can call in. If you want to enter, let's check our wheel here. That's not the wheel. That's the wheel. Okay, we've got some more names on the wheel this time. But we're still gonna wait a bit. Maybe we'll wait until there's another call and then do the wheel. If you want, we could talk about my trading today. Wasn't great. It was on a different account. Okay, so I'm not trading my funded account. I'm just trading some cheap evals because we've made our Degen Rehab app. And what account did I take this on? Oh, I don't want to move that. Yeah, so we made the app and now I'm having to test it just to make sure that all the lockouts and everything work. This was after, I think, I tried to take a trade. Basically what happened to me today, what I did. Okay, so you can see that. So I went into my account and I had it on 3 micros and I went along here because price held this IP level from my fire lines, and then this was also the opening 1 minute range, and then it's also holding above the 9 EMA. So this is a nice setup for me and I like the signal candle. So and it's on a different account, but I took a long right here, and because I had it set to, I had my account in the app set to max of 2 contracts. So what it does, if you violate a rule, it so it kind of punishes you. It opens a trade and just instantly closes it. So you get dinged a commission, but you don't get to, your trade gets shut down. You don't get to take the trade. So that's what it did to me on that one. And it gave me the pop-up that's like, hey, you have a max trade allowance on this, or a max contract of 3, or sorry, of 2, and you've got 3 contracts on it. You're trying to violate that rule. So it didn't let me take the trade. And then the app also forces a cooldown, a minimum 5-minute cooldown after every trade. So I couldn't just then be like, oh, change it to 2 and then hop in. So then I had to go into the app and sit through the cooldown and the meditation and everything. And after that, I just took losses. But it was a good day for testing loss limits and those kind of restrictions. So I don't know. I think I was just frustrated from that. But I will say the good thing, and if you can implement, because I've always said that you should implement a cooldown period, and I've always told myself that I should implement a cooldown period, but I'm never able to do it in the moment. Like if I take a trade and it loses, then yeah, I've never been able to then just walk away for 5 or 10 minutes or whatever and go do something else and calm down and come back. So I will say that having those breaks forced on me really made me like, because I would go in, take another shitty trade, lose, have another 5 minutes, and I kept repeating that. And it just, having those 5-minute breaks in there really made me realize that I'm trading like shit. These are not valid setups. It's testing, but I was still emotionally involved because of that first trade. Like, as much as I would like to be like, it was just testing, I didn't care. I cared, and I was just taking loss after loss after loss. But having those 5 minutes in between just made it easier for me to see that and then realize, okay, I'm just going to click the button to lock out the whole account for the day, because if I keep doing this and I keep getting pissed off, then the next move would be to go to the funded account or to go to my eval that's doing well and then lose on that. They have loss limits on them through the app, so I wouldn't have been able to lose more than a couple $100. But if you see that you're in that state, then it's like, I need to lock this out, because if I go and take a trade on this account, I'm just going to lose the max loss. I'm just going to go in and lose $200 on it. And then I'm going to be that much more disappointed with myself and irritated with how I traded. So if you can put at least a 5-minute break on yourself after any trades, wins or losses, and then reflect on what's going on and what kind of state you're actually in. I do have the new meditation channel too, so I need to put more meditations on there, but I think I forgot to put it in the description, but it's just called Trader Meditations. And so there's like a one that you can do before the trading session, and then there's a post loss. I need to add a post win as well and some others. So I will do that. Oh, this name. Katsuya, Katsuya 89. Are those 9 and 20 EMAs? Yeah, the blue one is the 9. That's the one that I primarily look at. And I think, yeah, the purple's the 20. Yep. So 9 and 20 EMA. And then the Firelines uses a different EMA. Or it's not an EMA. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but they use this other purple. They just call it the dynamic Fireline, and I'm not sure exactly what that one is. So, but yeah, on my chart, it's the 9 and the 20. I really like the 9. I think I don't know where I started. I think that guy in the Discord that I was first in used the 9. I was like, if he uses the 9, I should use the 9. I'm just trying to figure out what account I was on where it wouldn't let me take that trade. I can't find it. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just, yeah, not good trading out of me today, but I managed to see where it was going to go and then shut it down. And it is nice having a button that's just like lock everything and it's just one click and then you're finished. Oh, cat is fine. Okay. Cat's easier for me. Sorry, I'm bad at names. Adam, after each trade, I leave the desk and go drink some water and wash my face if it's a loss. Kind of calm me down and give me a space to rethink. Yeah, and to avoid revenge and overtrading. Yes, for sure. Because I think like, yeah, for me in the past, what I would do if I took a loss is I would just immediately throw another trade on. Like I would tell myself, don't do it, don't jump right back in. But more often than not, I would just on a day where I'm breaking my rules, just jump right back in, take another trade. And in the span of that 5-minute break, I could easily blow an account or do some serious damage, just back in, stopped out, back in, and just keep on doing that. So it does help to take that time away from it because you can't do that. And with the app, if you try to do that, you just get punished with a commission. So if you do that, you're just guaranteed to lose some money and you can't take the trade. You can keep doing it. You can keep trying if you want to just keep losing commissions, but it doesn't work out. So yeah, definitely good to avoid the revenge trading. I don't know, have any of you guys been able to implement the cool down period on your own? Because up until now, I haven't been able to do it on my own. Like I have to be forced locked out, unable to trade and unable to see the chart during the 5 minutes. Yeah, so let me know if you are able to do a cool down period and what you do. I find that it's the breathing, meditation, and then sometimes moving around, like getting up, doing some jumping jacks, whatever, like actually like physically kind of shaking it off helps. Cat, I give myself 2 tries. If I go 0 and 2, I lock myself out. Yeah. But do you feel like so with the 2 tries, and I don't disagree with giving yourself 2 tries, but I found for myself, if I take 2 trades, like if I go for my 2 tries and they're just if it's like because I'm on the 1 minute on the NASDAQ, if I take a loss and then I jump in and I just quickly get back in and lose again, for me, it's very hard at that point to be like, okay, 2 and I'm done. Because it just feels like I've wasted it. And it's definitely, I've made a mistake. So I guess I don't want to leave the day on that mistake. Yeah. Arturo, yeah, there's different locks that you can put on your accounts for sure. The lockout thing is like on my specific Degen Rehab app. It's not out yet. I'm hoping soon, and it will be free to try. Discord people will get it free to try for longer. But yeah, you can obviously set daily loss limits. Like you can set a max daily loss limit in Tradeovate. Most of the platforms, you can set some kind of loss limits on yourself for the day. I just find that I need the forced break between the trades. Otherwise, like I can have a daily loss limit, but if I get in that kind of rule breaking mindset or that switch flips or whatever, I'm just gonna rapid fire the trades and hit the loss limit instead of actually having to. And it helped having the 5 minutes, because in the state of mind I was in, I think I just would have kept trying the same thing over and I would have kept losing. So having an extra 5 minutes to then come back and look at the chart and be like, okay, this is what's going on, kind of changes the trade that I would be looking to take. Aaron, so as far as a loss and then cooldown, I think about it as an incorrect read on what the market was doing, so I actually need more time to let it develop into something that I can read. Yeah, there's that too. I mean, sometimes you're just going to have a valid setup and it loses, and that's fine. And usually you're not going to have another one that's going to set up 30 seconds later. Sometimes that happens, but probably not most of the time. Orlando, not easy for me to manually do it. Yeah, it's really hard in the moment to. I think we all know that we need to like have that stop and take the break and have the cool down period, but knowing what you need to do and being able to do it in the moment are two very different things for sure. Hey, Kat's gonna set up a punching bag in the room. That's not a bad idea, actually. I think it is good to, like I said, do the movement. I think the ideal post loss would be to do the breathing, to do a meditation, and then to actually like physically do something, and then go back and do a reflection on. So for my trades now, uh, who was it? I can't remember the guy's name. It was a trading psychologist. I think he was on Words of Wisdom, Andrew something or other. He says he mostly coaches professional traders or works with them. And he works with some retail traders. And he said the main thing that he gets traders to do is to categorize their trades into just one of 4 categories. It was just on plan win, on plan loss, off plan win, and off plan loss. And he said most traders will never do that. He said most retail traders will never do that. But he said doing that makes a big difference because then you can actually see. So I've started doing that, and it's built into the app. So it's like every trade you have to select what it was. And then if it was one of your on-plan trades, you can choose one of your setups. So then you can kind of see how your setups are performing. Orlando, is there a daily loss setting on Tradeovate Web? Yeah, there is now. And it does have the toggle switch or whatever that you can say, don't let me go in and change this mid-session. So they do have that now on the browser-based. Because I know they've had it on a long time, like on the desktop app, but it wasn't on the browser, but now it is. Okay, we're just gonna, oh, Ben, I've had a funded account for a few months before, but my last 2 funded have been a week or less. Ben, you can call in and tell me what's going on with these funded accounts if you want. I don't know. People are shy. People don't want to call in, but I'd be curious to know what's happening with them. Is it just when I used to lose funded accounts quickly, it would just be, I guess, too much pressure. I'd be thinking about the payout immediately. I'd take a loss, and then it would just be one loss that I couldn't handle. I couldn't let go of it, and then it would just cascade into like the revenge trading, over trading, blown account. So I don't know, Ben, you can call in or let me know what's going on when you're losing the funded accounts so quickly. And are you oversizing? What position size do you have? If you have a small position size, then I would say you're probably revenge trading and over trading to lose them that quick. Just probably too many trades. We're just going to call you price action. Part of the issue for self-learning traders is the unstructured application of knowledge. Yeah, without good structure and understanding the foundations of edge, there becomes an unending circle/search. Yeah, I do think so, that it's, and I do see this a lot, and I did it before where it's, and I've been where it's like I have something that's working, and then I'll see a YouTube video or something on another strategy, and then it's like, oh, I should try that. And then I start trying that, and that starts losing. And for some reason, it's hard to just be like, I'll go back to the thing that I was doing that was working. So yeah, I think definitely flipping around a lot and trying so many different strategies can be a problem. And then that you create that as a habit for yourself. Um, and as I'm learning, all these habits can be pretty dangerous and hard to undo, hard to unlearn. Cat, that happened to me today actually, but I've blown accounts when I continue to trade after that happened, so I forced myself to push the lockout button. Good job hitting the lockout button. It's not easy, but it's always, I think, a good choice. And when you know you're locked out and there's no more option to trade, then you're not, it's so easy to then just leave and go do something else. Like if I decide um, that I'm just gonna not take any more trades, I find myself still sitting there watching. Whereas if I hit that button, then it's very easy to just be like, okay, I have other stuff that needs to get done and actually leave the charts. So good job hitting the lockout button. We're gonna call you user Vin. I know if I were to re-enter without a proper setup, then it's revenge. It took me a while to develop that mindset. Yeah, I think the problem is like you can know that it's revenge trading and you can know you're not supposed to do it and that it's the wrong thing to do and in the moment still do it. So yeah, if it was strictly an issue of awareness, then I think that would be much easier. But yeah, I guess in my app testing, because I'm trying to test loss limits and like max trade settings and consecutive loss settings and all these kinds of things. So I've been trading in a way that I don't normally trade. Um, yeah, and it's on a day where where you're just taking winning trades, then it's like, oh, this is great. I should take more trades. But then on a day like today where I just take a bunch of losses, and then it's like, okay, I miss my just one trade and actually sitting there and waiting for a valid setup and then being done. And it's much easier to make peace with the trade, I think, when it is a valid setup than when it's some random thing you jumped into. Um, oh, lost the chat here. Uh, okay, where am I? Oh, Nishan said you must be consistent now to Vin. Uh, Naldo, I'll just say Naldo to make it easier. Hello. Um, stay fancy. After a win or loss, you're in a different state of mind. Yeah. Than when you started, so you have to check your state of mind for both outcomes. Yeah. You have to check your state of mind, and then I think it takes time. Like, I think you actually need to take at least 5 minutes. Take the time and then be honest with yourself about what state you're actually in, and then make the appropriate decision for that. Okay, good. Orlando's gonna get that daily loss limit set up. Uh, Trading on tilt. That save feature still lets you change until stop out is hit. Oh, shit, really? I didn't know that. Okay. So trading on tilt is saying, if I understand this correctly, that if you're in a live trade and you see that your daily loss limit's going to be hit, you can go in and change it before it's been hit. So you can essentially take it off before it's been hit if you see that it's going to go there. Okay. Maybe I'll test that on Tradeovate and see if that's what you mean, but yeah, that's unfortunate. My app, you cannot. You can't change anything mid-session. And I actually put on a feature which once I get it set up with Quant Tower, then I can go back into my personal account, where it's like you can actually say these are these are my risk rules. So for my personal account, the risk rules would be max 1 trade per day, max 1 contract. And then obviously a conservative max loss limit of, I can't imagine it needing to be more than $150. And then I can set it to be like, don't let me, I can't change these rules for a month or more. So it's, yeah. Yeah, it's not good when you can go in and change stuff around, because we've probably all experienced going in and changing things and then regretting going in and changing things. Price action. Congrats on your success with the channel. Yeah, I would say, I think we've been over this before, but pretty much everything or anything is easier than trading. So thanks. Yeah, the channel's been great. I'm glad I started it. It's a lot more work than I thought it was going to be, and it took a very different direction than I thought. And now with this app, it's taking uh, a different direction entirely, but it's been good. And yeah, I think I've become obsessed with solving these problems for myself. And if I can solve them for other people too, then that's amazing. Trying to make something good that helps people. Sometimes I do get flack in the comments on my videos for having um, my prop firm codes. Uh, and, if I have a big prop firm day where I see that I made a lot of money, it's nice to make money, but I don't just feel good about that. Like, I don't, like, I have some understanding from being on the other side of that so long that that money there's a good chance that that money's coming from someone or multiple people having just a terrible day and then, feeling awful about themselves. So I'm excited for the app, because if I have a day where I make lots of money on the app, then I'm going to feel like I'm improving traders' lives, and I'm going to, I'm forcing discipline on them. They're going to be forced to follow their rules. So I don't know, it's hard. I appreciate people using my code. If you're going to buy accounts and you have your budget and you're not gambling, please use code Rehab. I do appreciate it. The money's nice, but yeah, it's not, I don't know. I can never be totally happy with prop firm money from affiliates. Just like I said, because I've been on the other side so much. And I don't know, I just can remember putting in somebody's code so many times in a day, and the kind of day that I was having, and then what I felt like at the end of it. Um, okay, where are we? Ben Stable says, okay, so revenge and impatient on losing the funded accounts. Okay, so revenge to me is you've taken a loss and then you just jump right back in. You're just trying to make it back. Now you're like, to me, revenge is just you're off plan. You're jumping in quickly, and then that's it. And then it's revenge and over trading, and usually oversizing. Usually adding size comes next after that. And then it doesn't take long for the account to be gone. Um, Ben, I used to trade hundreds and hundreds of trades a day with NQ. It was the worst, strictly gambling. I, I've definitely had days where I can't remember what a bad day was for me recently. If it was 7 trades or something where I thought, oh, that's crazy. And then I remembered back to how I used to trade. I'm like, I used to have days where I would take 100 trades. So yeah, I guess it's just perspective and where you are now. But I like that you're saying you used to take hundreds and hundreds, so you don't do that anymore. Oh, I lost my, now I don't know where the heck I am. Sorry, I'm too slow. But I don't have anyone waiting to call in, so I'm like, whatever, we'll just talk to the chat for a bit, and then I'm gonna get out of here early today because I have this annoying cold. I used to think doing just a few trades was obscene. A few trades a day was obscene. Yeah. Yeah, I still get pushback from people on it in the comments that it's like no real trader would ever only take 1 trade a day or 2 trades a day, but I don't know, I'm gonna have to reference that guy from the Discord before where it's like he just came in, took his trade, and that was it, and he left. So, and that's always like he's been like my trading role model. Watch, he was just a complete, he was just a fraud. I'm looking up to this fraud all these years. Oh well, I'll believe he was real and continue looking up to that way of trading and his level of control because he could take a loss and then he'd still be like, okay, I'm out of here, done for the day. Um, yeah, user ban, it will take time to condition yourself for every single bad habit. Weeks, months, it's not easy. I'm not sure how long it takes to condition yourself. I've kind of come to the realization that because like I had six and I talked to somebody about this in the Discord the other day where it's I had 60 days or more than 60 days of not breaking a single rule and then I fell off and I haven't been able to get back to that since. Like it's just been incredibly hard to get back onto just following the rules every single day. You take the trade, shut it down, and regardless of outcome, just accept it. Um, yeah, so I don't know. I've kind of come to accept that maybe there just has to be those physical locks on things. Maybe you just need to be blocked from being able to do certain things and make it impossible to have that horrible day where you get out of control. Because I saw for myself, I was perfectly controlled for 2 months and then one day just gone. Just go crazy for one day and then that's it. And of course you feel awful after that one day, especially after 2 months of not doing that. Like it really, I thought I was beyond it. I thought and that's why I wouldn't like, I didn't have any sort of, external loss limits set up because I was like, "I'm past this. I don't need this anymore." Well, I did. Um, okay, Ben now just trades a few and having no and even have days of no trading. That's good. Yeah, but all it takes is one relapse. That's the thing that yeah, that I was just talking about. It's that one relapse. You don't know when it's going to come. And I don't actually know how long you would have to be disciplined to be I don't know if you're ever like okay, I could use Terry as an example. I don't think he ever has a relapse, but he's been trading for like, was it like 20 years or something and he's been profitable and disciplined for 10. So, yeah, I think when you have many years behind you, you're going to be able to just take a loss and walk away and stick to the plan, but it's just it's getting to that. And I don't think he started on prop firms. Like he was in personal accounts. So I think that probably makes a bit of a difference too. Uh Okay, so Sector Zero saying you can lock it out on Tradeovate, can't be changed till the next day. I'm gonna test this on Tradeovate maybe tomorrow, just since I have these accounts to test and lose on. And I'll see if it's when you're in an open trade, if you can go in and change the daily loss limit or take it off. I mean, ideally we just wouldn't do that, but you know. Um Nick, come on. These names, you guys, this is hard. Nikau? I don't know. Sorry. Some do have the manual lockout option in Tradeaway. Yeah. Yep. I love the manual lockout option. I see a lot of people using it. I'm using it now that Tradeawate's got it on there and it won't let you back in. Not all firms show the manual lockout option on Tradeaway though. Huh, interesting. Okay. Apex does. I know that just because that's who I'm with right now. Yeah, trading on tilt, the companies don't want us to win. That is why I went back to TopStep, even though take profit is my favorite. Can't keep blowing accounts. Yeah, TopStep does have the best risk settings. The best, I can't talk, the best built-in risk settings out of any of the prop firms. Mohammed, hello. Great advice. Aaron, we appreciate you, DJ. Oh, thanks, Aaron. Hey, Aaron, I think it was you that mentioned the movie. This is a few weeks ago. You were referencing Apocalypse Now, and then I got sidetracked thinking it was Apocalypto. I finally watched Apocalypse Now, and I would say that definitely Apocalypto is better. I liked it better. So that's where we are on that. Ben, I have to get over the feeling of being wrong and needing to prove that I'm right. Yes. Yeah, that's a big one. Is I hate being wrong. It's hard. And in the moment, like it's just um it feels like you can just fix it, right? You can just go in, you can take a trade, you can fix it. You don't have to be wrong. But yeah, we just have to. Oh, look at this. I missed what was going on with the market. Okay, so this was Nvidia and then now it's climbing. Okay. All right. Sorry, I can't get the screen right on here. Um, oh, NGP Finance. Summers are notoriously bad. I'm just letting the algos do the work from now on. Market is an emotional mess to try and trade with this thin summer liquidity. I think the summer was good up until August, I think. I think a lot of us had a really good July, and then August it just kind of got pretty rangy and low volume. So yeah, I'm gonna trade my funded account the minimum required amount of trading until conditions are better, because yeah, it's not been great lately. Kat, I see no problem with you having prop firm codes, especially since you've been transparent on how you get paid for them. Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, like, it's nice if you can make money from something and feel like the money that you made was strictly from something uh that's gonna help people. Whereas uh, that's not always the case with the prop firms. I'd love to think that people are just, buying the accounts and then having a good experience and trading slow and not gambling, but I know from my own experience and I know from talking to enough traders that that's not the case. But yeah, I'm grateful for the prop firm codes and for people using them. Uh, Sorry guys, I think I'm just like behind in the I think I'm behind in the chat here. Okay. Uh, Digicap, don't feel bad. People are going to go through accounts either way. At least you're trying to. Yeah, I mean, I do look at it that way. But it's yeah, it's just I don't know. I can't help but thinking of myself in my worst trading and just how I felt. Orlando, the channel and Discord are definitely nice to be able to relate to and learn from each other's experiences. Yeah, for sure. I also really look forward to Wednesday streams. You did miss last week's. Oh, you guys, we have to do another giveaway right away. Maybe we'll do one more call. So if somebody wants to call in and tell me about their issues, we could do a call and then I can do the giveaway. And then I'll probably get off of here because this annoying cold situation. Um the sector zero capital, the longer you trade, the less trades you take. Yeah, I've definitely heard that a lot from people who have traded for a long time, like Rob, the Firelines guy. He doesn't take a lot of trades. He has quite a few no trade days, and he said it's definitely if he gets 2 losses, that's it. And he just is like what the guy said, where it's just okay, my read's off today, or it's not working. I'll come back tomorrow. Amar Fast. I am an NQ gambler. Oh no, 100 to 200 chasing trades, but sizing down helped. Yeah, shut down the blow. Okay, it helped shut down the blowups, but overtrading is a big issue for me. No setup works. NQ is a shitty instrument. No setup works. NQ is a shitty instrument. Oh, ES is slow. GC worse than NQ. Well, what are you going to trade then? You're going to have to find something else. Well, I'm glad you've stopped the blowups though with sizing down. Now you just got to stop the overtrading and maybe find a setup that you like. Ray trades, I feel good with about 10 trades a day. Yeah, it's just a personal preference and whatever it is where, like, I guess how frequent your strategy, your setup is showing up, and then how well you're able to, I guess, stay in your optimal or your neutral trading state. Foothill Futures, I did an entire day's work today trying to play earnings. No, after close. Never again. Why do I do this? I was up. Foothill, I don't even want to read the rest of this. I was up around 2,700. and lost most of it. This is my confession. All right, you've made your confession. That sucks. Why did I guess I would like ask yourself why you wanted to go back in when you were already up $2,700. That's a lot. Um, and I'm sorry. It says you lost most of it. So I guess the positive here is that you didn't blow an account. You just lost what you made today. But losing 2,700 sucks. Oh, foothills. Then I clawed back almost half. Okay, get out of here. You have to put the whole story. Okay, well, next time just hit the lockout button when you're up $2,700. Don't hang out to trade Nvidia earnings. Hey, Larry. Degen Ben will be my new name. Well, I don't know if you want to put Degen in your name. Somebody suggested to me before in a video that maybe having Degen in my name is what's causing me to continue breaking my rules sometimes. I don't think it is, but maybe. I have a relative that's into some kind of religion where it's like all about the names and they changed all their names and he's very successful. So maybe there's something to it. Matt Shaw blew a lot of accounts, so started TradingView paper trading program. Okay, good. Until I have zero emotion breakdowns before starting any more prop firms. Next is to go into cheap resettable evals until no emotion. Yeah, I like that. Thank you for mentioning that, Matt. A lot of the times I don't, it's like I forget that there's the option of paper trading and just going on a demo account for a while you work things out. So thank you for mentioning that, and I think that's a smart idea. So good job realizing that that's what you need to do and then doing it and taking your time. And it will help you because it's that whole forced slowdown. So you're forcing yourself to slow down right now. So it will benefit you going forward. Need to build on each level to help get emotion out of trading. It's hard. I don't know if, and again, I don't want to be a negative Nancy here, but I think I've accepted that for me and for a lot of other people, you're not going to get the emotion out. So you just need to put the locks on where you make it impossible to have that day that really does damage to your account. Hydrant, what whack price action is the time frame on the right? 5 minutes? If it was on my trading view chart, I think that was the 15. I think this whack price action might have been, yeah, this is the 15 over here. So it's the 15 and the 1 minute. Yeah, that's what's over there. The 15. I look at it sometimes. Uh, the price action, the difficulty is this: you need to be able to know your edge survives a drawdown. Until that happens, sometimes repeatedly, one doesn't know is it the market or is it me? Yeah, I think that is, yeah, it's just like sticking with it and surviving through those things. And like you said, more than once, and then we'll have that confidence and we'll know for next time that it's like, oh, this is just a part of it. Photo Futures, thanks for being our trading confessional. Yes. Sister Degen. Okay. I had a nun costume for Halloween before, but that's gone. Yeah, you can call in if you want to confess. We're going to do another giveaway, but I think maybe I should make it that somebody has to call in and then we'll spin the wheel. So I don't know if somebody wants to call in and tell me what their main trading issue is right now. My guess is it would be, because like I've done surveys with people and it's over trading is number one, and then it's revenge trading at number two. And I think usually we do them both together. Trading until my funded futures does not show the manual lockout feature. I asked them why it was missing on Trade They say they don't offer it. Yeah. Well, it's not going to help their bottom line if you can lock out for the day, right? Like, it's better for them if you can keep coming back and trading. Photo futures, yes, the feeling of being wrong, that's a big one. Yeah, I mean, I hate it. Okay. I've lost my I lost my place here. Oh, you're telling me to make myself tea? Nothing's gonna help with this. The cold is much better, so uh Arturo, I'll make sure when I go on Tilt to use your code. Someone should benefit. I mean, thanks, but don't let me know that's what happened. Orlando, I was at Disneyland last Wednesday in 90-degree heat. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I'm imagining it's too hot for me. Anything above 25 Celsius and I'm out. Um, I definitely did yeah. What were you doing at Disneyland? Yeah, what were you doing at Disneyland? Maybe you have kids. Did you have kids that you were taking there? I know some adults go for fun. I can't do rides. I get sick. And I'm not a very heat tolerant person. NGP Gold and DJI traders aren't complaining too much. And Q has been garble for August. Yes, it has. It has. What is this, Chris? Cold is better than explosive diarrhea? Yeah, okay. I never said explosive. You've added explosive. But are you saying that like I could have a stomach flu right now and that would be worse than the cold? Then I would say yes, I'd take a cold over a stomach flu for sure. Uh Arturo, in the near future, you won't be able to keep up with the chat. I can only keep up with the chat today because nobody's calling in, and I'm just like, I have this cold going on, so I'm kind of like whatever on it. So if anybody wants to call in, this is going to be your last chance to call in. Um, you're a year out from doing this live in a trading conference. Oh, I can't imagine that. I don't know. Uh, Kat, the way I see it, your channel helps people with your trading psychology. So if we could use your promo code with a prop firm we'll be using anyways, yeah, as a thank you, then why not? I know. I do appreciate it and I try to see it that way. I just would like to sell something to people where it's just like I know it's only upside for them and it's going to solve a problem. I don't like sometimes the prop firms solve a problem for us, but sometimes the prop firms create the problem for us. So there's that. Um Ben, yes, absolutely on the revenge definition. NJP, I blew multiple accounts at 27, yeah, and 3,000. It's always near the end they get you. Yep. Okay. Now I'm lost. Guys, I'm lost. Oh no, Vin. I think for most people here it will be an endless cycle. I don't think so. I think we can put these locks on things. We can there are ways to get ourselves out of the cycle. It's just a matter of doing it. Like myself, for example, we've had this app. It was ready for me to test, but had, I guess we'll call it extreme resistance to actually like putting it on and using it because I knew it's going to put these restrictions on me. And I wanted to think, well, maybe I don't need these restrictions on me. And then I had a bad day on my funded account and I was like, that's it. I have to use the app. Like I can't stomach having this day again where it's just, this old kind of pattern coming back and just kind of going on autopilot and doing it. And then at the end being like, what the hell? I didn't lose my funded account. It's just, I lost more than I should have in one day. So it's like, okay, fine. I need these hard locks on myself where I just can't do that. NGP paper trading is underrated. Foothill Futures, how many Hail Marys do I get? You have to call in. Your confession is you have to like call in and talk about it, and then I get to ask you some questions about what's going on. Miss K911, I'm happy I found this stream. This all sounds like me. Oh no, yeah. Um, yeah. It's I thought, well, like when I started the channel, I thought maybe a few people are gonna be able to relate to these kind of patterns that I go through and I'm stuck in as far as the bad trading habits at the time. They're much better now than they used to be. And I was shocked that everyone, and sometimes on days where I would upload or I'd like my trades every day and what I did as far as following my rules, I had days where I would detail where I went off and how I screwed up, and I'd have people come on and be like, I did the exact same thing. And for me, that was kind of eye-opening to just have other people coming in on the exact same day and be like, yes, exact same thing. And it's not like I had a huge audience or anything. So yeah, you're definitely not alone in this stuff. Um, all right, we're talking about paper trading a bit. My AI calls it whipping behavior. Don't get whipped. What's the whipping behavior? I feel like the whipping behavior is like when NQ is just whipping around and you get taken out and then it goes in your direction. But maybe you mean the revenge trading, like the getting back in really quick. Uh, Orlando, Disneyland, too hot for me. I'm from California and this heat wave is killing me. Yeah, it was for a kid's birthday, not my kid. Well, then, at least you got to go home and have peace at the end of the day. Um, Yeah, I don't know how hot it is out there. I'm in Canada, and it seems like we didn't have really much of a summer this year because it was winter stayed forever, and then it just rained. So I'm not happy about winter coming here soon. Um, Amazon Tompkins, damn, skipped my message. What's your message? You can put it in again, or you can call me. Okay, 90 Fahrenheit is 30 Celsius. Yeah, that's definitely too hot for me to be standing outside in line. Um, Foothill Futures, I would call, but I have too much background noise. I'm currently taking a chainsaw to my trading computer. Okay, don't do that. um, I guess that's one way to lock yourself out for a while is just destroy your computer. Sonia, what is your ETA for the app to be done? At this point, it's going to depend on Tradeovate because it has to go to them for a bunch of different compliance checks. So I'm not exactly sure when that's going to be. I'd love for it to be out sometime in September and then like everyone can try it out for free and see if they like it and see if it works for them. Um, but yeah, I'd like for it to be out. I wanted to be able to, but I'm not allowed, so I can't do this. But I wanted to just be able to like let people in the Discord start using it right away as like testers, but I can't. I still have to get the Tradeovate approval before I can do that. So it's going to be a little while. Maybe I'll just nag the people at Tradeovate. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how long it takes. Hopefully it doesn't take too terribly long. Um, okay. Oh, how hot is California? It's just like 30 degrees all the time? I thought California was pretty hot. I guess it's more spring-like there. Uh, Nate, we're gonna go Nate NQ. Okay. Haha, I got a name. Wish I was still in the stage of not knowing why I'm failing. There was still hope for that guy. Nate, you can call in and tell me why you're failing. Like if you've figured out why you're failing, then call in and let me know. Um, but yeah, we had somebody join the Discord a couple weeks ago, and I talked to him a bit, and then he decided to quit trading altogether. Which I think for him, he realized like this is just taking too much of a toll on my life. I've turned into a gambling addict and I'm gonna quit. Um, and I said to my husband, I'm like, this is probably the only trading Discord where I'm encouraging people to quit trading sometimes. But I do think that if it's taking away from your life, and I think he said like it's taking a toll on my mental health and just on your health. And to me, it's like, yes, then quit. If you can't figure out a way to trade where it's not taking that toll on your mental health and your physical health, then quit. Or take a long break and then come back and attempt it again. And if it does it again, then you're going to have to quit. Sounds like it's hot everywhere. It's not hot here in Canada. I mean, I'm sure parts of Canada are very hot. Are there polar bears in Canada? There are polar bears in the province that I'm in, but like they're up north, so I never see them. And I wouldn't go on a vacation up somewhere where it's just cold all the time. So I don't think I'll ever see well, I don't think I'm ever going to see the polar bears, but my husband has. Sometimes he gets sent there for work. And he's like, it's crazy that because he works in the town where they have all these polar bears, and like he has to go to work very early in the morning, or it's dark there most of the time. I think that's what it was. Like up north, it's dark a lot of the time. And so there would just be like polar bears not far from where he would have to be working, or like going to work, or like to walk to the restaurant or whatever. There could be like a polar bear close by. He sent me a picture. The thing was huge. I was like, I wouldn't leave the hotel or whatever. Um, Photo Futures, yeah, I'll let you guys know as soon as the app's available. If you want it, like I'll tell you on the stream, but also if you're on my email newsletter, that's how I'll just let people know right away when you can try it out. It'll be free, and then there will be some other perks for the early people who decide to keep it. Uh, Aaron, depends on where you are. The coast stay pretty nice, but if you go inland. Okay. Yeah, I always look at California as being like the ultimate nice weather place, but too expensive. And also we're Canadian, and it's yeah, we can't move to America. It's just not gonna work. We were looking at moving to South Carolina, but I also think that would be too hot and humid for me. So now we've chosen somewhere where it's one of those eternal spring places where it's not too hot and not too cold. So we'll see how it goes. David, I'm in South Florida, hot and humid, jungle-like conditions. Yeah, I think South Florida would be pretty extreme for me. I can't handle it. We were looking at going to Paraguay, which is very hot for most of the year. Um, and then we had one day here where it was 37 Celsius, and my son and I were just miserable. So I said to my husband, I'm like, we can't. I'm like, I can't live in Paraguay. To me, that's worse than winter. I'm happier with winter than I am with just like going outside. We had to go to like a shoe store, and we walked for 2 minutes, maybe, not even, just from the car to the store, and ugh, it was a nightmare. So I can't do extreme heat. So no Paraguay for us. It was a good thing we had that really hot day that made me realize that I can't do it. Um, oh, NJP, see if I can find some headphones. NJP, you don't need headphones to call in. If that's what you're talking about, you can call in without headphones. And if your audio is bad, there's usually a thing on here that I can do to fix it. So if you want to call in, you can call in. Otherwise, everyone make sure you're on the list. We're going to do the other giveaway, even though nobody called in. Like nobody since when I said you have to call in. Foothill Futures, we have bears in town, but not polar bears. Oh, I think any kind of bears are kind of scary. Um, Orlando, I felt that way too recently, which is why I'm kind of toning back the trading a bit. Oh, like you felt like you were gambling too much, or it was taking away too much from your life. I think that's what you mean. Like it was just taking away more than it's giving. And after we've been doing this for however many years, it does get tiring, and you do get to a point where it's like, okay, I have to fix this or I have to quit. I can't, like, it's just not sustainable to be stressed and in a bad mood all the time because of the trading. We don't have any bears here. Before I came to the stream, I was slightly late because there was a deer in my front yard and I was having to chase it out because they eat my plants, and yeah, and they shit in my front yard and I don't like it, so I have to get a stick and then chase them out. And I've been having issues with coyotes lately on my morning walks. They've been getting quite aggressive and like following me and my dog and howling at us, which I don't like. So lots of wildlife issues this summer for me. Vancouver Island. Oh, Vancouver Island's nice. It's been okay this summer, not too bad with the heat. Orlando, I guess I'm moving to Canada, dark and winter weather. No, that's up north. It's not dark here. It's not dark here. That's like where the polar bears are off is yeah, polar bears are nasty, Foothill Futures. Where the polar bears are, that's he has to fly up there. Like it's in the same province as we're in, but it's a big province. So it's not there's no polar bears coming here anytime soon. So you don't have to put up with those. And it's not dark. It does like in winter it gets dark at like 5 p.m., but it's whatever. I don't hate that at all. Um Okay, Foothill Futures, are you in California too? Is everyone in California? Adrian's near Toronto. How's Toronto this year? No, Foothill Futures has coyotes too. Are your coyotes also aggressive? I was pissed off at the coyotes because like we do the same walk every morning. Um and my dog's off the leash because she likes to run around. And then I called someone like in conservation to report these coyotes because I'm like, hey, they're getting out of line lately. And I'm like, I feel like we pay a lot of property taxes to live here right across from these like green spaces and trails. So it's like, I'd like these coyotes gone. And they're like, oh, they kept saying they're just escorting you. They're just escorting you out. And I was just annoyed because I'm like, what business do these coyotes have escorting us? And I got into this with my husband because I was like, I've been using those trails longer than the coyotes because I grew up close to here. So yeah, yeah, I'm not happy with the coyotes. Now I like put a couple rocks in my pocket when I go for a walk, so I have something to throw at them if they're gonna get too close to me. Uh, Kevin, we're gonna call it looks like Kevin. Kevin. I couldn't imagine wild animals being aggressive towards me and not having a high-speed hole puncher to defend me or my dog. Yeah, it was kind of scary one of the days because like where we walk, like we live in the city, but we go down trails and then we go like out down a dirt road and there's no houses or people there. And that's where one of the days the coyote came out and was like barking at us and following us, and then it seemed like he was calling other coyotes, so I was like, "Oh shit, what am I gonna do if like 10 of them show up?" Um, yeah. So that's I thought like I wish I was and I know it's not like this in America, but I thought I wish I was in America and I could just like have a gun that I could just pull out and be like fire off and be like, "Get out of here, coyotes." But I understand you guys also can't just like shoot coyotes, so I know it's not like that. Um Adrian in Toronto, hot other than the fires from a few weeks ago. Yeah, what's with all the fires lately? I don't think we had that. We didn't have them this year, but yeah, last year I think like all summer it smelled like smoke constantly because there were fires in the area. Orlando, there's been a lot of coyotes in my area lately too. Yeah, I'm on a campaign to I was like when I called conservation, I was expecting them to be like, yeah, okay, we'll kill the coyotes, but that's not what they do. So yeah, they do, and then they warn me. They're like, "Oh, they're gonna try and get your dog away." And sorry, guys, this is not trading related, but no one's calling in, so I'll complain about the coyotes. But they said like they'll try to get the dog away to play, and then then the pack is there and they kill it. But I was like, my dog doesn't like other animals, so she's not gonna try to play with the coyote. Yeah, they attack cats and small dogs, so you have to be very careful. Oh, okay, so I guess where you are, that's the fires, they lost their habitat. The conservation guy told me here last year a bunch of them died off last winter from mange, so we lost some of them. Amazon Tompkins. Okay, we got a trading comment. We'll talk about trading for a minute. I'm thinking of stopping with trading prop firms. I lost my account today and honestly felt relieved losing it. Yeah, that can happen. Was 4% up and just had enough and snapped. Snapped, sorry, that's the cold. Snapped with 3 after slowly trading it up. Um, Amazon, then what are you gonna do? Are you gonna do like a small personal account? I would say fine, do a personal account, but make sure you have strict locks on it because I did a personal account last year before I started the channel. Um, My husband funded it. He gave me the money and was like, I know I'm not gonna get a return on this. Like he was gave me the money and was like, I accept that this money is just gone forever. Um, but I did amazingly well in it for a few months. I didn't break a single rule, and my rules were pretty strict. Like it's just one trade a day, one micro. And I think I had at that time it was about a 30-point stop, and I would go for it was a 20 to 30-point stop, and I would go for 1.5 to 1 on it. And I was doing great. And then it was just one day I snapped and then lost half the account because I think the broker cuts you off at a certain point. Like they don't let you lose the whole account in one day. But um then just like a few days later, I blew the rest of the account. Like it's so it's just it's yeah, have you have to have very yeah, have some kind of software or something where you can put really strict limits on yourself if you're going to do that. When I was testing out my app, I thought the other day I was like I could have my personal account back with this because I could just set my strict rules, strict loss limit, and set it to like not be able to change for at least a month or 2 months. So I might be back in a personal account soon. All right. No, we're back on the coyotes. Sorry, guys. Yeah, the coyotes can be aggressive. Uh, Adrian, you might have to walk around with a hockey stick. Yeah. Um, yeah, but this is the thing that annoyed me, the conservation guy, when I'm like, maybe you could just kill them. Um, he's like, get a walking stick. And I'm like, now I have to walk with, like, to me, that seems annoying. So he's like, get a walking stick. He's like, then buy an air horn, get an air horn and just set that off. And I'm like, but it's like 6:30 in the morning. And then there's houses not far from the trail. So I'm like, now I'm going to be setting an air horn off at 6:30 in the morning for these coyotes. And then he said, you could get a tin can and fill it with rocks and marbles and walk with that. And then like shake that at the coyotes. But I'm like, then now my walk is like my peaceful time in the morning is ruined because I have to carry a stick and then I'm listening to these marbles and rocks like jangling around in a can the whole time. It's just like, no, I'm not doing that. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just continue having a few rocks in my pocket and throw them. Maybe they'll leave us alone. Maybe they've realized that we're going to continue going there and, you know, they'll just give up on trying to escort us out. Aaron, we have coyotes here in Colorado. I see them on the trails once in a while. Did they bug you? Like the one the other day we were on the trail and it started barking from in the trail and then it came up on the trail and was like following us and barking and howling. And then it kind of like took over the trail, like it stayed in the trail, and then other walkers coming were like couldn't use the trail. So very annoying, these coyotes. Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, you guys are talking about the fires in California? Yeah, those were pretty crazy. I'd like to go to California sometime, but I don't know. Uh, okay, Amazon. I think my problem is the thought process of investing in a good string of trades. Phase one and phase two, then wait 2 weeks for funding. Rather, I place in a personal account. But then again, I'm scared. Yeah, and you should be scared because in a personal account, like it's my personal account was going great. I needed the break from prop firms. I had no discipline anymore at all in the prop firms. Like I was with Tops Up at the time. I had taken a couple payouts with them and I just completely lost control and I felt like shit all the time. And then my solution was I need to get away from the prop firms, do a personal account. And like I said, it was good for a while, but then I blew the account. And then it was like, ugh, now I've lost a few $1,000s over 2 bad trading days instead of the prop firms. But I kind of did the math of how I had been going on the prop firms and then the money I lost on the personal account. And it would have been about the same amount of money. So I wish I would have had some better um, locks and risk features on the personal account. So I don't know. It's hard. it's hard because you look at the prop firm sometimes, like, we'll look at our prop firm accounts and like on my funded account, I was like, "Oh, I'm up $1,000 in 3 weeks," which on a prop account feels like I'm getting nowhere, I'm making no progress. But then I always think if this were a personal account and I had the same amount of drawdown and I made $1,000 in 2 weeks, I'd be feeling like I was really doing well. So, I don't know, it's tough. Amazon, my strategy fizzes out and doesn't do well because I'm traumatized from NQ strategy. I have failed miserably and currently trading Forex now and doing really well. Well, it's good that you're doing well on Forex. You could just, you're not going to like this, but we were talking about it earlier. You could go to a practice or paper account for a while and then go back to the prop firms. I don't know. Or do a small personal account. It's up to you. Just make sure you have good risk settings in there that you're not going to have one bad day that loses you the account. Um, all right, we're talking about fires again. Foothill futures. Once you get a payout or two, it opens up a whole new set of problems. It does. I mean, it did for me. I did good on my last payouts last year. I took some little payouts from Take Profit Trader when I was with them, and I actually didn't have any problems after that. So that was good. But I haven't taken any since. So it's been a long time. Frank, I too lost a funded account after being $200 from a payout. Part of me felt like I lost it on purpose. Now the $50 for another prop I think is best spent on trading small live versus the $50 on prop. Yeah, you could take your prop budget and start setting it aside for a personal account. I don't know if you can have a personal account for $50. I know it's different. It's definitely different in the States than it is here. Like here, I think the minimum you can put in is like $2,000. And the personal account that we originally set up with Interactive Brokers was, I think, a minimum of 20,000. So, but I know in the States, like with Ninja Trader and stuff, you have much cheaper options. Like I think you can get a personal account going for a couple $100. So, if that's an option and you want to try that out, then try it out. Amazon on and off for 5 years, and honestly, I feel like I'm getting there, but I also feel like I'm running out of time. Why are you running out of time? Like, what's the time limit on it? I'd be curious to know, like, why do you, what's making you feel like you're running out of time? Just let me know. Where's this, like, is it actually you're running out of time? Are you running out of money? Or is it just an arbitrary thing that you've put on your trading that I need to be profitable by this date? Because if you're feeling like you're running out of time, that's going to be really hard it's going to increase the pressure on you and your trading, and it's just going to be hard to execute your process and not get upset about the losses. Um, Photo futures, maybe there's a self-defeating psychology thing going on, at least for me. I mean, there could be. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I've come to the conclusion that for me, I just need strict locks. I need to, and like Chris said this when I had him on the channel, that he realized he needed to remove as much of himself as he could from his trading. So for him, that was like trading a strategy to supply and demand. And it's just like you're setting your buy and your sell orders for the day and then you're walking away. For me, removing myself is like there's these hard locks and I can't take more than one trade. I can't lose more than this much. I can't, I block the ability to move the stop, stuff like that. So, um, okay. Orlando, I get a payout or two and then I get impatient if I go a month or long. Yeah, Orlando, you've taken quite a few payouts. Then I get impatient if I go a month or longer without one. I'm trying to get out of the mindset of focusing on the payouts. You really should, because I know you have a full-time job. You make money there. So I know you live in California, so it's expensive. So extra money, I'm sure, would be nice. But I think definitely you need to forget about the payouts. You've proven that you can get them. You've been pretty disciplined for, I think it's been over a year. So I think you just, I don't know, don't don't add pressure to your trading. Like, you do have things that work for you very well. So it's just weeding out the things that are going to get you back into that rushing. But you'll get more payouts. I would make a bet here that Orlando's going to get more payouts. NJP, you don't need headphones to call in. You can just use a computer or a phone. So you don't need headphones. Kat, have you tried swing trading as well? I have not tried swing trading. Many people have told me to try swing trading. That's a frequent comment on my channel. It's like, you should swing trade. And maybe at some point, I'm sure I will try it. Another one is, if you had invested the money that you spent on prop firms and trying to day trade and just invested it into the S&P over the last 5 years, you'd have this much money. But I didn't do that, and I wasn't going to do that, so I'm not going to dwell on that. NGP 200 here with Iron Beam. Wow, you guys can get a trading account for $200? That's crazy. Okay. That's, yeah, I don't think we can do that here. Or maybe you could, but then it's like the margin on even just like one micro on the NASDAQ is, I think, a couple $100. So you wouldn't be able to place a trade. Or you might be able to place one trade, but then if you lost, that's it. Okay. Yeah, Adrian, oftentimes the more you're in front of the charts, the more money you lose, for sure. I used to be on them through the entire New York session all day, and yeah, that was definitely my worst period of trading. Now I'm just like break even. I'm not making money, I'm not losing money, but I'm not on the charts for more than an hour a day. So it's not taking away from my life what it was, which I don't know. Maybe it sounds like giving up, but I just think at some point I had to prioritize like the rest of my life and not just the trading. Uh, yeah, that's good. NGP, even my algo strategy, I'm implementing a lockout going forward. Amazon, it's going to be year 6. Okay, because I asked what the rush was. Like, what's the timeline here? Why are you feeling like you're running out of time? It's going to be year 6 in 2027, and I'm turning 27. Get out of here, Amazon. Nobody is feeling bad for you turning 27 and not having your trading sorted out. You have so much time. But okay. Imagine by now I would be profitable and working for myself, but still in a dead-end job and barely surviving. Okay, that sucks. I know that sucks and that's stressful, like that whole dead-end job and barely surviving. Maybe you could pick up like some side jobs. Maybe you could do some stuff on the side so that you're not putting that stress to make money on your trading. That would be my suggestion. Find some kind of side hustle or second job, make money there, and take that pressure off of the trading. Because if you're looking for the trading to be the thing that makes you more money, then it's putting too much pressure on the trading, and you're going to trade worse and you're going to keep having those really bad days. So that would be my advice to you. I still believe I can make it, but I'm frustrated. Yeah, it is extremely frustrating, and you know, you probably can make it. You're just going to have to change the way that you're doing it. Foothill futures, swing trading futures, no way. I don't, people do it. I don't know. I don't know. The trade that I lost a ton of money on when I first started in that signals group, we all so we were all following this guy. Everyone in the group lost a bunch of money. I lost $20,000 on that trade. But the leader of the group had $1 million account, and he was like, I'm just going to hold it. And he just held it for weeks, and then he got out making a bit of money. But the rest of us were like, well, we're going to be liquidated, so we can't hold this for 2 weeks. So that's my experience of swing trading futures. Yeah, NJP, if you're going to call in now. Otherwise, I'm getting out of here right away. Orlando, Yeah, my work income is substantial. Not sure why I put the unnecessary pressure on my trading, but I'm working on it. Yeah, I just take the pressure off the trading because you can trade, you can get payouts, you're going to get more payouts, but I don't know. It's just something about getting the payout where then it's just immediately, when's the next one? How quick can I get the next one? So I understand where that's coming from, but you have to really focus on not doing that and slowing down. Okay. Oh no. Are other people giving you shit for being 27 here? I just see Amazon saying, guys, being 27 is a lot of pressure. I mean, I don't think it's a great time to be young, right? Like the economy's not great, the jobs are not maybe as good as they were before. So, yeah, I don't want to totally dismiss it as like, oh, you're 27, shut up. I do understand that there is still pressure. Okay, you guys are talking about those nanos? And Foothill says there's no volume to trade yet. Okay. Okay, now Orlando's on your case about being 27 also. Yeah, once the nano contracts come in, then I think that's also a good option on the personal accounts and like maybe an option for like swing trading in a personal account. Um, is the giveaway already done? No, there's going to be another giveaway. I'll do another giveaway here just like in a couple minutes. Dickie, I'm reading Thinking in Bets, and according to the author, cognitive scientists have found that we need to feel twice as good in order to make up for the one loss. No wonder we overtrade. Yeah, yeah. The losses hurt more than the winners feel good, for sure. If only we could figure out some way to have that not be the case, where the losses could maybe just hurt as much as the winners feel good. But yeah, it's definitely not equal. Frank, you're right. You can't have $120 live and effectively trade NQ, but it's the same with the props on a 50K account. You really don't have the power where you can survive big drawdown. No, Frank, I think like with the props, it's you just have to size down, right? Like you can trade a 50K account, and if you're trading, I'm gonna have to do the draw soon because my throat's getting pretty bad. But if you're trading just like one or two micros and you have a strict daily loss limit, then you can definitely survive losing days, but not big drawdown. Price action props, fantastic, real live test with a low risk budget. If one can't do it in a prop, there's even less chance live aside from some of the rules, but one can choose the prop firm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I would tend to agree that like you should be able to make it work in a prop, but sometimes it is just the psychology and you do just need to try something different. And like I got away from the props for a while when I was in the personal account, and then when I came back to the prop firms, I was so much better and so much more disciplined. So it was good having the break. Oh, Amazon, it looks like we're all just jealous of you being 27. So myself included. So you could just be grateful that you're 27 and, you know, not older. Okay, we're gonna do the giveaway right away. I'm just gonna answer the call, see if this works with Nick here for a sec. If you didn't get in on the giveaway yet, it's just this little giveaway form. It's in the description on the video. You just fill it out, get your name and email, and if you win, then you win. We already had a winner. I don't remember. It's okay. It stores the emails. Okay, we're gonna see what's going on with Nick. Grateful that you're 27 and hey Nick, you're on. Hey Nick, you just have to turn off YouTube. We're gonna do the giveaway right away. I'm just if you win, then you win. We already had a winner. Oh. I don't remember.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you. Okay. I'm just confused. I hear you on YouTube.
Oh yeah, you have to turn YouTube off.
Okay, got it. 1 second. Is that better?
I think so.
Cool.
I'm still getting an echo. Let me just try something here.
Okay.
Okay, I'll test.
Is it better?
I think it's quite a bit better. Guys, if the audio's
Okay.
bad, just let me know.
Okay. I'm talking out of a webcam. I don't
It
know.
sounds good on my end.
Okay.
Okay, what's going on?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm good. Just this cold and,
Is it cold up there? And you're in
it's
Canada?
it's not cold. No. I have a cold. The
Oh,
weather's
you have a
nice.
cold. Okay.
Yeah. We have a
I was gonna say it's
few
summer, right? Yeah.
weeks
Um,
left of like decent weather, but yeah, winter's definitely coming.
you look good. Healthy, so that's good. You seem too sick.
It's makeup.
Um, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It's not that bad. It's just slightly annoying for talking.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead.
no, you go. I was just gonna say everyone's now throwing their ages in, to make Amazon feel better.
I closed YouTube, so I can't see chat now, but
Okay, that's fine. We're just
I didn't know if having it.
no one else is 27, so, it's probably making him feel better.
Yeah, I'm 36 now, so I'm starting to feel like, oh man, I'm getting up there, but it's kind of making me want to, trade more, I guess, and feel like I need to finally figure this out at 36 too. So if you're 27, I guess all I can say to that is you still got plenty of time to, you're ahead of the game.
Yeah, but I've had people in the Discord that were in their 60s, so they'd say to you,
Yeah,
like, you have plenty of time.
yeah, that's true. That's
Like, people
true.
in their 60s are like, I should be retiring soon. I need to figure this out. I'm gonna die soon. Like, I had that too, or someone was like,
Yeah.
I gotta
Or I
figure
have to
this
pay
out.
my bills,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
there's so many variables where I think you put pressure on yourself to go, hey, I have to make this happen by a certain time, or I have to make this much money.
yes, for
Um,
sure.
and for me, I don't know, I've kind of stepped back and I've looked at this like when it happens for me, because I've had profitable years in the past with like I was a crypto guy.
Okay.
Uh, I was really into Bitcoin, and it was always so. It seems like the more I've gotten into technical analysis and charting, the harder it's become to trade in some ways. I used to just hit
Why?
the buy button,
Oh, okay.
like
Yeah.
buy the dip.
And sometimes
Um,
it just works.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The market's just going in the trend you're going with. Um, generally I want to say I'm a new NQ trader as of this year.
Okay.
We had the 1010 crypto deal last year, kind of thing liquidity dried up a little bit, and I want to trade something else. I kind of want to get my hands on something that's a little bit more liquid.
How's it been
I
going?
found, I found Patrick Whalen's channel. I started
Oh
trading,
no. As it
watching him.
maybe it worked. Maybe it worked. I shouldn't say oh no. I just used to watch him and it didn't go well for me. But
Yeah, so I like their channel. I like all the guys, Rocket Scooter, Patrick Whalen, all the shows are all right. But for me personally, what I found that I have to stop watching them for a little bit just to focus on my own trading, not have anybody
yes,
else's bias. Sometimes it can create noise.
for sure.
For, for me personally, not everybody.
I think for everyone. I think for
Yeah,
pretty much everyone. Yeah, it's like
that's good. It's good I'm not alone,
Patrick was the last time I ever listened to a streamer because I was listening to him, and I think this was on the personal account. I was listening to him, I was trading. It was just like choppy garbage action on a Friday, and I
Yeah,
was like, there's nothing here, there's nothing for me to take. And he was like,
yeah.
oh, this is kind of garbage. He's like, I shouldn't trade. And then he's like, fuck it, I'm going long. And he jumps in along. And because I hadn't traded, I was like, yeah, fuck it. And I took the long with him. It lost. He closed the stream and was like, "Okay, whatever. Bye, guys. Have a nice weekend." And I just went on
Oh
full
boy.
tilt and lost a whole bunch of money because I just felt so stupid for doing that. So I
Oh
don't,
man.
I think that, yeah, people need to do it on their own and figure it out and not have the influence. But
Yeah, and I think that another thing you said there is when the price action's shit, just maybe walk away.
yeah,
It's for me it's hard, right? I overtrade. I'm 100 plus trades a day guy.
okay. So I
So
guess,
I'm a scalper.
I was going to say, so how do you decide when to quit then? Like,
Um, as soon as I go red.
okay,
I've actually been trying to automate my strategy a little bit more with webhooks.
okay,
And getting into JSON and trying to get that all right. I finally figured it out, and I have a reversal strategy. with
Okay.
a adaptive profile. So so far, I'm still working out. I'm still working on it. It's actually my first week trying this out because I've gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm sitting in front of the screen way too much, and I can't
Yeah.
help myself. It's like borderline, am I a gambler or a trader at this point?
Right.
So I have a pretty high win rate, 85 to 90% on average. And I managed to keep my stops comparable to my take profits. But I think for months there, I was not doing that. Over like, let's say June and July, I was leaving my stop losses too wide because
Okay.
I have this thing I hate losing.
All of us.
I'm very competitive.
I think trading just attracts that personality, or that's the personality that stays in it. Maybe the people that aren't super competitive drop out in the first year.
Okay.
Maybe they're the
Yeah.
smart ones that are like, this is too hard. And I think it's the stubborn competitive people that are like, I'm going to figure this out.
I'm so OCD, I don't see myself giving up. I think it's at the point where everybody around me is worried about me. They're like, all he does is want to trade. He never gets away from the screen.
Is it putting
But
you like in a bad financial spot in your life, or are you
I
okay?
wouldn't say that yet. I mean, it could at some point, if I don't, I think I'll be all right.
Okay.
I think I'll be fine. I don't have any responsibilities really. So, like the world is mine, kind of situation.
Are you another
Which
27-year-old?
right? I have a few investments, and I have very low overhead. So it leaves me a lot of room for play. But at the same time, trading, I'm not worried so much about the financial capital as much as the mental capital.
Right.
Let me turn my words off here. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Okay, so
It's like we had a gap up.
what's the problem now in your trading? Do you have something that you're working on, or do you feel like it's pretty stable?
It's getting more stable. So one of those things, and that's why I stress tighter stop. Even though I hate losing, it's like I'd rather just take that small paper cut and get onto the next trade. And I think that's what my win rate has actually gone down over the last month, but my profitability's gone up.
Right. Yeah.
So that 90% win rate, it kind of it can be a little bit of a trickster. Sounds real good on paper.
Yeah.
But in reality, when I put it on test, when I get closer to that 75% win rate, it seems like I'm just killing it on my calendar.
Good.
But I still struggle some days. Like when I tend to some people I think trade better in volatile markets or range bound markets. I think I'm a range bound trader.
Well, that's good. Aren't most days range days?
Yeah.
Typically.
Yeah. So when the market gets extremely volatile to one side, that's where I notice I've got the most damage on a day. And I'm trying to refine that a bit, by not fighting the trend so much. For instance, with my algorithms, I don't know if this would help anybody else, but I've implemented moving averages back into my strategy. For instance, if the price is trading above moving averages, I don't want to be short. Or if I want to be long, or
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay with the trend, essentially.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that's helped me a lot too. I was a volume profile trader for a while. I kind of relied just on high volume nodes, low volume nodes, value area high, value area low. And the issue with that was, okay, well, I'm like, oh, it's the value area high. I should short, right? Well, try that last April, and I got short squeezed when NQ, flew to the moon.
Right.
So, moving averages would help me. Okay, I'm not, I'm just trying to ride the wave here.
Yeah.
Or at least if I am going to short, it's maybe I'm not going to stay in it too long. I'm going to look for maybe a snap back to that moving average.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a yes. When sometimes, like, if I'm looking for reversals,
Yeah.
and then sometimes you hold too long, and it's like, oh, why didn't I just get out?
Yeah.
At the MA, where it's, why didn't I get out at the obvious point, right? Where like if you
and then you're like, why didn't I hold that trade longer on the next one, right?
Yeah. I just try to shut it down, take my trade and shut it down, and be like, make peace with whatever I did. Just move on.
That's another thing. I'm learning to be happy with what the market gives me. I've had days where I've made $2,700, and then I've had days where I make 100. And or lose 100, and I need to just accept whatever it is.
Right.
And not be so emotionally caught up in I lost. It breaks me down for the rest of the evening, or ruins my night. It's part of trading.
It's
You know?
nice to quit earlier in the session though.
Yeah,
Like by
it is.
evening time, I don't know what happened. Like it's out of my head completely. I don't remember usually like what even went on with my trading.
Okay.
So, but if you're
Yeah.
scalping all session, then that's obviously not going to work for you. So, do you have any problems right now that you're trying to work through or that you're stuck on or
Well, let's see. I guess I'm just working on my algo, to
okay.
become a little bit more. I'm trying to. I guess for me, yes. Not in terms of my profitability or my win rate right now. It's more so pulling myself away and for mental health.
Right.
You have to be able to separate yourself from the chart, and I struggle with that because I'm very OCD. I just want to trade.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's hard. I'm the guy that will wake up for New York. I'll trade New York. I can't wait for Globex to open, and then I'll trade right through London and then get about 6 hours of sleep. So,
Do you think you're
not
trading too much?
probably because when you're up 600 to 1,000 and then you end up giving it back.
Yes.
I'd probably agree with that. Yeah.
Which session is better for you?
I'm a very high win rate in Asia, Tokyo.
Okay.
I do good in New York. I have not had the best record in London. And that might be because I'm just deadbeat tired by the time
Yeah.
I'm into that session.
I would say
So
just
that's why I'm
cut.
thinking
I would say cut London.
cut London. No
Just
more
don't even
London.
just don't even think about it. Just be like, it's over. I
Haven't,
never traded again.
my computer just died. There we go. Did I lose
Because
you?
no, I'm still here. Because that's a
There we go.
lot. That's a lot to just be trading basically 24 hours, or it's available to
Yeah.
you 24 hours. So I would cut that one. Give yourself
Yeah.
a break from it and then see, go a few more months and then see, do I want to cut another session? Or do I want to only
Yep.
trade the first half of the New York session and cut the second half of it or whatever? But I think cut it down a bit.
I think I agree. Last month I documented some of my trading, and I was talking about how I wanted to improve on my London session, and I'm thinking, why do I need to? I can't
You don't.
trade all 3 sessions
Yeah.
realistically. So
Yeah.
just master New York and Asia, and
Why
I'm
not?
already great at Asia.
Then cut New York too.
You got New York too, just do Asia.
Hey, if I have one
I
session,
appreciate it. You're probably right.
if I could just do well in Asia, then that'd be awesome because for me that's kind of nice, right? Then I'd just be trading a bit in the evening and then I'm not rushing around in the morning to do things before I get to trading. I don't know. Like if you can make money just trading Asia, then just do that.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm gonna write that down.
Just
Take
trade
D-Gen's
Asia.
advice. Just trade
or
Asia.
or just track it. Do you have the stats on it? Or like what if you tracked it for a month? How much
We'll
you make in
see.
Asia versus New York and how much of Asia do you give back in New York?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I don't even want to show it. It's
Oh,
almost like it's so nasty, like
just
what happens in London.
okay, definitely quit London. We've already London's
Yeah.
gone, right?
I'll like kill it. You'll be like, man, this guy's the best trader in the world. You look at my Asia record, and then you look at my London record, and you're like, well, this is the worst trader in the world.
Get rid of it. Also, when are you
Yeah.
sleeping?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a
So
big
yeah.
fan of like cut out as much as you can. Because how long have you been trading?
So for NQ, I started in January. I've been
Okay, but
trading
like,
for about 10 years.
yeah, so I don't think you need the chart time at this point, right?
Probably not. I was a moving average guy a long time ago, and I don't know why I just went volume profile there for a minute. And I use both now, or I use a couple different techniques. Um, but again, like I was a trader, but I was more of a simple trader, right? It was almost
Right.
instinctual. 2016, I was telling everybody to buy stocks. It was like I didn't even have to look at a chart necessarily to kind of just feel it. And in some ways, I feel like I've gotten better at technical analysis and I'm not as good about having those instincts about the market,
Well, because
where it's
you're
just like,
seeing both sides, right?
yeah, I
Like the
think
technical
so.
analysis, I think you can see the case for the other side more too. So you're
I,
gonna,
I believe so. Yeah, I try not to be biased. Again, I was short in NQ earlier this year, and I got hit in the squeeze, and I learned from it. I looked back on it, and it to me it was a great learning lesson. It was like paying my tuition, a little stressful, but I know what I did wrong, and I know what I need to do to fix it. So I've implemented that. The volatility and moving averages back into my strategy. And I think that's helped me a lot.
okay, so what does your New York session look like compared to Asia?
New York it's pretty good. I tend to find good setups and they're in clean structure in New York. And the volatility tends to work for me because we do get reversals in New York, where I think when I was trading London, sometimes it felt like we never reversed. We'd just go one direction, one direction. And for me, I wasn't running any like trailing stop strategies or anything like that, with like a long take profit. So, I mean, I think that's kind of why I'm leaning toward automating some of it so that I can capture some of that price action in sessions where I'm not
But do
able to.
do you need to capture it? Like if
I
you
don't know if I need to. I guess it's OCD, maybe
like
a little
if
obsessed.
you just focused on Asia and you know you have a good win rate and you trade it well, couldn't you then just scale up on that session?
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, if I had the discipline to just lock myself to Asia, or if maybe I limit myself to, hey, I'm only letting the algorithms do these
Yeah,
other sessions,
I think try that and just cut London altogether.
Not London altogether.
Like don't even, yeah, just be done with it. That's too much. Like it's when do you sleep? Oh, we might have lost him.
I'm back. There we go.
Okay.
Sorry, my internet cut out again. There we
It's
go.
okay. When do you sleep if you're trading all these sessions?
Ah, I do sleep, but 6, 7 hours. I'm getting a little older. I don't sleep like 8-hour days,
Yeah,
but I
seven.
wake up, I make my coffee, and I'm right back at it again. So it's not. I think I was a construction guy years ago, and I'm noticing I'm sitting in the chair too much. I'm
Yeah,
getting a
that's
little
what
bit.
I was gonna say. Like, it's not good for us to just sit in a chair. I know I do it with like YouTube work and stuff that I'm just like sitting way more than I used to. And
Yeah,
it's not good.
I have a treadmill. I was thinking about setting up the laptop or an iPad, for the treadmill.
You know, my vote is
Something.
just to cut out trading time, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
If you have one session that you're like, this session's really good, then
Go
just
touch grass.
double down on that really good session and then find some other things to do outside in the
Yeah,
other times. That's what I
that's what
would
I've been
say.
thinking.
Okay. Well, if you need a push, I'm pushing for that.
Okay. I mean, I agree. I've been looking at it lately, like, maybe I should just trade Tokyo. And I even had a talk with some family members about it, like, should I just cut out these other sessions? And they want me to, but at the same time, again, I go to bed, I wake up, and then the next thing you know, I'm right back at it, and I can't help myself. Here's New York, you know.
I think leave the house, make a new routine.
Yeah. That's why I've been thinking about if I do trade Tokyo about doing a lockout.
Yeah.
Um, and then having a separate account for my automated strategies just to, if I want to test them. I'd rather test them on an eval than paper trade personally, but probably not the best idea. But
Okay. You know, someone in the chat just said, DJen, you have to go make dinner. And I don't know if that's my husband in there. I don't think it is, but this is true. I do have to
no
go
worries.
make dinner. So I'm
Well,
not
thanks
trying to
for
cut your other call, but
talking.
I'm going to do the giveaway. Yeah, I'd love for you to call me back in like a month or two and let me know how you did with
Sure.
cutting out London and then hopefully cutting out New York too. I just,
That
to me, it's
sounds
like
good.
you have one really good session, go with that really good session and scale up.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And then find other things to do that are good for you. Go to the gym, go for walks, whatever.
Have a life.
Have a life. Yes. Have a life. Oh, now my phone's ringing. Jeez. Okay. All
All
right,
right,
I'm
I'll
gonna,
let you go.
yeah.
Thanks for talking.
Yeah, call
Appreciate
me and
you.
let me know how it goes though, okay?
I will. I will. I'll tune in more often.
Okay. All right. We'll talk
Thanks,
to you in a
DJ.
month or two then. Okay. Bye.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, same. Bye. Okay, we have Christopher. I'm just going to take Chris's call quick and then we're going to do one more draw. And then, as Vin said, I have to go make dinner. Christopher, hello. It says it's connecting and it won't connect. This is Chris. I hope you're not on Safari again. It says it's connecting and it's not. It's not connecting. Foothill Futures, what's for dinner? Nachos for dinner, which I know it sounds like it shouldn't take me a long time to make nachos, but it does. So, and I know it sounds very unhealthy, but it's not. Okay, Christopher, I might have to, there are black beans on the nachos. I feel bad for anyone watching this or like someone in the comments. I've had comments before on people that watch the live streams later that are like, maybe you could cut out some of the stuff where, you're not talking about trading. Jono, I already said it's nachos. But it's like they're fairly involved nachos because Tyler's lactose intolerant, so I have to make the cheese, which is actually very good, and it's made of like mostly vegetables. But the nacho cheese is very good. And then I have to make like the, meat mixture and the beans and everything. So, okay, Christopher, I'm gonna hang up because you're not connecting. Okay, guys, we're gonna do one more. Yeah, they love nachos around here. It's the only thing that my 5-year-old son likes that I make, I think, is nachos, which is pretty annoying. He won't eat anything. And I'm just worried that he's, gonna starve to death. He will eat any kind of junk food, of course, but so I guess nachos are like the most junkiest. Yeah, we'll be over soon. My husband and my son would be very upset if somebody was gonna like eat some of their nachos. It can't just be trading. Okay, guys, we're gonna do the last giveaway here. Well, there's lots of names on the list, so it's gonna maybe make like a weird sound. Okay, last draw of the day. This will be for a 25K Lucid Flex account, and if you win, I will just email you with the code. So just check your spam if you win. I like that you're reminding him not to trade Globex. Just cut out London and maybe New York too. If I had one session that I'm like, I'm great here, then I think I'd be really happy with that. But, I only trade the open and I'm okay. I think I've just been shitty lately because I've been testing the app, so I should probably give myself a break on that. Like I've been actively trying to lose to test things. Oh, Tyler. Okay, Tyler, it wasn't you telling me to go make dinner. Okay, we're spinning the wheel. Who's gonna win the account? Oh, it can't be Ben. Ben won a few weeks ago. Uh-oh, guys, we have a repeat winner from a few weeks ago. Ben, you won if you're still here. Okay, next time Ben wins, then Ben's not winning. Ben's not getting the account if he wins again, okay? He's not going to win 3 accounts in a short. Okay. All right, that's it. Ben's the winner. Congrats, Ben. And if it's the same Ben, which I think it is, then Ben won. I think Ben won a FundedNext account a few weeks ago. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, Ben, or maybe it was a Lucid one. I don't know. Yeah, lucky Ben. Ben, I'll email you with the code and you get another Lucid account, and you can't win again because Lucid's gonna think you're just like a personal friend of mine or something. And I'm giving, oh, Foothill Futures, you're Ben also? So is it you? Did you win? I don't want to pull up your email on here and then everybody sees your email. So yeah, it's Stephen Davis. It's not rigged. We have 2 Bens. Okay, well maybe it's you. So if you won, then congrats, and I will email you later with your code. I'm sure I'll recognize the email when I see it, but okay, well, congrats to one of the Bens. You won an account. If it's the Ben who already won, then you're very lucky. I've never won anything, so to me, the idea of the same person winning twice is crazy. You don't we have but then Foothills, you're saying, "I don't know, I entered?" Are you saying you don't know if you entered? Yeah, Ben needs to play the lottery right now. Exactly. Orlando, yeah, you're Ben too. Orlando, you won a few weeks ago, so you're good on winning the account for a while. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here because now Tyler knows that nachos are supposed to be happening, so he's probably gonna tell Hank, and then I'm gonna have both of them on my case about when the nachos are ready. So, okay, I'll email whichever Ben it was that won. Just if you want an account, just make sure and check your spam folder because it might go there. Yeah, okay, congrats, winners. Uh, yeah, okay, now everyone's Ben. Okay. All right, everyone in the chat is named Ben today, and good. You guys can win next week. We'll have another Lucid giveaway next week. So, yeah, a lot of Bens. Okay, everyone, trade safe. Yeah, I'd say put those hard limits in place for yourself for when the bad day happens. If you want to know when my app comes out, just sign up to my email newsletter. I will send out a notification to people there when the app is ready. Everyone will get to try it out for free. Discord people will get to try it out for free for longer. And then there'll be a special extra for like the first people that sign up for it. Okay, I'm out of here. I've gone over time somehow. Okay. Yes, Aaron, take care. Thanks again. I'll see you guys later next week. I think I have a video coming out Saturday, so maybe you'll see me on Saturday.